everyone, welcome back to the Universal Lingua's playlist of idioms and phrases. I'm very sure that you would have watched the other playlists of common confusions and vocabulary. In today's video, we will learn a few idioms and phrases related to the color blue. You will be surprised how colors can express meanings in simple ways. Are you a person who talks over the phone with your close ones for hours and hours together, just like me? When we talk a lot and rapidly, we can address ourselves as we talk a blue streak. Let me give you an example here. A woman in the garden next to me talked a blue streak all day. I don't know where she got her energy from. Have you ever heard of the idiom blue and white? It is usually used to refer the police. Let us use it in a sentence to understand it better. Having been threatened, he was partially guarded by the blue and white. You can also use the idiom blue suit, which is a slang to refer the police. An example would be, you might want to slow down around here. The blue suit would usually set up a speed ramp around this corner. There are also other ways to address police, such as men in blue or women in blue. She is blue-blooded. Though the word blue-blooded sounds violent, it means that a member of a rich family or a person of noble birth. So if we refer someone as blue-blooded, then he or she is from a rich family. If you talk about something for a long time or talk about the same thing multiple times, you can use the idiom to talk until one is blue in the face. An example would be, you can tell her to clean the room until you are blue in the face, but she won't do it. When a person looks sick or possibly wants to throw up, you can use the idiom to be blue around the gills. An example would be, you look a little blue around the gills. Are you okay? You can also use the idiom to be green around the gills. If a person is bruised so badly, either physically or emotionally, or if a person is beaten up so badly, you can use the idiom black and blue. For instance, his arm was black and blue. Or, if he doesn't agree, she will beat him black and blue. For a rare happening, you can use the idiom once in a blue moon. An example for this idiom would be, she visits home once in a blue moon as she lives far from her place. We refer the working class or someone who is doing manual labor as blue collar. For instance, there are many blue-collar families who live in this part of the city. Sometimes we have preconceived prejudice because of which we have distorted view about something or someone. In such scenario, we can use the idiom to look through blue glasses. An example would be, you should stop looking through blue glasses if you want to understand the real situation here. If one goes somewhere which is not known by others, then you can use the idiom into the wild blue yonder. For instance, I never expected him to set off into the wild blue yonder. You can also simply say into the blue, which means to disappear or to be out of sight. An example would be, the books you place in the cupboard goes into the blue all the time. When something happens suddenly or unexpectedly, we can refer it using the idiom a bolt out of the blue. An example would be, the war between two countries came as a bolt out of the blue. We can also use the idiom out of the clear blue sky to refer something totally unexpected. For instance, our plan to go to the birthday party came out of the clear blue sky. You can use the idiom blue hair to refer an old woman. For example, the hotel was filled with lots of blue hairs last Monday. We at times may feel a little depressed or sad. In those times, we can use the idiom to feel blue. For instance, most of us tend to feel blue when the weather is cold, so I prefer warm places. Almost every one of us own a computer. A lot of us would have seen the blue screen when the computer crashes and the Windows restarts. There is a funny term to express it. It's called the blue screen of death. An example would be, I was about to complete my thesis. Unfortunately, the computer crashed and all I saw was the blue screen of death. The idiom true blue represents the person who is loyal and faithful. For instance, I know a lot of friends who are true blue fan of Roger Federer. The idiom blues and twos in British English means an emergency vehicle such as an ambulance. For example, the blues and twos should be on time to save the lives of people. If you are angry, you can use the idiom to have a blue fit to refer the same. An example would be, her son had a blue fit when she told him that he is not allowed to play outside. If one uses obscene or vulgar words, then the idiom to dip into the blue can be used to express it. For example, he was fuming in anger and dipped into the blue. At times, we might feel extremely angry but not express it. You can use the idiom to burn with a low blue flame to express it. An example would be, she was waiting to reach his place burning with a low blue flame. And the last idiom for today is to hoist the blue Peter, which means to prepare to depart or to leave. An example would be, are you going to hoist the blue Peter tomorrow? Now, let's quickly revise the idioms and phrases which we learned. They are:
talk a blue streak, blue and white, blue suit, men in blue, women in blue. Blue-blooded, to talk until one is blue in the face. To be blue around the gills, to be green around the gills. Black and blue, once in a blue moon. Blue collar, to look through blue glasses. Into the wild blue yonder, into the blue. A bolt out of the blue, out of the clear blue sky. Blue hair, to feel blue. The blue screen of death. True blue. Blues and twos. To have a blue fit. To dip into the blue. Burn with a low blue flame. Hoist the blue Peter.
If you want to be trained on your English communication skills, then please do leave me your mail at universallingua01@gmail.com. If you find it difficult or if you don't have time to send me an email, you can also fill the form through the link which is mentioned in the comment section below. I hope to see you in our next video soon. Meanwhile, please do like, share and subscribe my channel, The Universal Lingua. Thank you so much for watching my video. Bye-bye.